The woman who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. The woman who walks alone is likely to find herself in places no one has ever been before. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Sometimes one pays most for the things one gets for nothing. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. We can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking we used when we created them. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is to not stop questioning. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. You never fail until you stop trying. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Men marry women with the hope they will never change. Women marry men with the hope they will change. Invariably, they are both disappointed. If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. Genius is 1% talent and 99% hard work. However rare true love may be, it is less so than true friendship. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. We know from daily life that we exist for other people first of all, for whose smiles and well-being our own happiness depends. Somebody who only reads newspapers and at best books of contemporary authors looks to me like an extremely nearsighted person who scorns eyeglasses. He is completely dependent on the prejudices and fashions of his times, since he never gets to see or hear anything else. The revolution introduced me to art, and in turn, art introduced me to the revolution. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. Information is not knowledge. The more silent you are, the more you are able to hear. Education is what remains after one has forgotten everything he learned in school. It is, in fact, nothing short of a miracle that the modern methods of instruction have not yet entirely strangled the holy curiosity of inquiry, for this delicate little plant, aside from stimulation, stands mainly in need of freedom. Without this it goes to rack and ruin without fail. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. One of the strongest motives that lead men to art and science is escape from everyday life with its painful crudity and hopeless dreariness, from the fetters of one's own ever-shifting desires. A finely tempered nature longs to escape from the personal life into the world of objective perception and thought. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Reading, after a certain age, diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking. Any man who can drive safely while kissing a pretty girl is simply not giving the kiss the attention it deserves. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself.